This light, I can really tell I've been exfoliating.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my skin looks awesome. Maybe it's
red light therapy.
no, not extra like you guys.
No,
Yeah,
I've never
no,
done it. That's Josh does that.
That's some Josh Youngbar
Yeah,
crap.
I think he has one somewhere here.
He does, because I was like, what is this thing?
Oh yeah.
You're like, it's red light. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
And then bug zapper.
Yeah. Josh is all about body optimization. He's that person.
Body optimization. So like,
Yeah.
huh. You have to help me. Give me a couple tips,
I'm not about body optimization. I'm just about surviving. That's my
Yeah, I'm there with you. just got to survive.
Yep.
Let the little bit of heart that's left
Yes.
continue.
Hey, welcome back to Screen Time. I'm your host, Jared, this week, not Josh. Josh is away working. This is a film podcast about filmographies of directors that we go through. We're on Adam McKay right now. This is second to last. Yeah, there's only one more after this.
There's one more.
So we're talking about Vice today. And came out in 2018. I do not have a quote, so I'm just going to say hi. And this is returning, I would say third chair at this point. Blake, say hello to the people, Blake.
Maybe you were raised with a little bit too much unconditional love.
Oh, you do have a quote. Okay.
Yeah, I got you.
Nice.
Yeah, when they were talking about W,
Oh,
he's like, maybe that was a little bit too much unconditional love when he's like all drunk at the party. Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
All right, you might have more to say about this film than me then. I don't have a whole lot, but we'll see.
I wrote some stuff.
Okay. All right. So Vice 2018, rated R, 2 hours and 12 minutes. Kind of long.
Yeah, it was a little on the long side. I was falling asleep at the end of it.
What time were you watching it though? Was it about that time where you needed
It was well before bedtime.
Okay.
Yeah. Still just a real snoozer.
It was a point, so yeah, we'll get into that.
At points.
All right, so Academy Awards, actually a decent amount. Winner for makeup and hair, which makes sense. That's done really well in this. Crazy the amount actually with these actors. Nominated for best performance with Amy Adams, Sam Rockwell, Christian Bale. And then nominated for Best Picture, Directing, Original Screenplay, and Film Editing. Which is a lot. It's nice. I'm trying to think 2018. I mean, I don't really know that year, but like, was there any other crazy, like, because it won for makeup, like what was something around that time was like crazy or like prosthetics? Is prosthetics a separate category?
Is the same.
Okay.
But I can't. I'm really bad at nailing down stuff like that. Like, like when movies came out, I have no clue what it would have beat.
Yeah, me neither. All right,
but I guess it was enough to just
maybe there wasn't stiff competition for this year, but I don't know. It is that is a highlight of this movie. Is crazy what they do with making in different times in the movie too, because it's at different ages of these people's lives.
Yeah,
so.
They did a really great job with it. I mean, with you see like a lot of it more digital nowadays with like the up and down scaling of age.
Yeah,
and they did. I can't imagine how much time was spent in that makeup chair, like just slaving away.
Dude, that's the thing is like hearing all of it. Well, I think we talked about Nosferatu. Like how long, and it's like it's not about how many times every time. It's like then he's doing it how many days of the shoot even.
Yep.
So it's like sitting in the chair for hours every day before you're even going out and doing any scenes. Is crazy.
Makes my back hurt. I'm just was told. We've talked about
Dude,
this.
speaking of back hurt, my back has been like,
yeah.
I'm like, come on, I'm 37. It shouldn't be this bad already. But it is. It's
Welcome to Old Timers Podcast.
Yeah, that's right. Even though we're like,
we go through the.
You're not much younger than me, but
we're the medical history of.
Yeah.
Geriatric. Nope.
Well, you got. That's your profession.
Yeah, man.
Well, actually, side note of that, we'll actually have something adjacent to that when we get to the TV pod in Base or Waste, actually.
Oh, we can talk about all kinds of health problems with Dick Cheney.
Well, that's dude. Yeah, that's a whole thing in itself. All right, production cost. What do you think?
Oh, man. 100 million? No clue.
Okay. Last time was The Big Short. I don't remember what the cost was that one. It was actually pretty impressive for what they did with, because it was like The Other Guys was one that like was really high, but that was also like an action movie.
Yeah.
So this is 60 million. So not bad for especially all the actors that are in this. Like that's
it's just a murderer's row, man.
Dude, it's a lot. And I mean, at this point, 2018, I mean, they're all pretty high up as far as actors at this point. Like they've already done several roles that were.
Let's go through it. Like you got, what was it? It was Christian Bale as Dick Cheney, Sam Rockwell as George Bush, Amy Adams as Lynn Cheney, Steve Carell as Donald Rumsfeld, and Tyler Perry as Colin Powell.
Is that what he was? Okay. I was wondering.
I'm trying to think. I think those are the big ones.
Yeah, we got here, I'll go through the rest of the
Jesse Plemons
cast.
is Kurt.
Yes. That was interesting seeing that, actually.
That's such a good throughput, though. Like
it
a
was.
through line for the movie.
Yeah.
And I actually had only watched half of this movie up until yesterday, or whenever I watched it, and didn't actually see the payoff for it. So like, the whole time I was like, oh yeah, I can't remember what this guy is, and so it was awesome.
Yeah. That was honestly, that was one of the highlights. It was Jesse Plemons, and his whole through line for sure. So you already said Christian Bale. So for our full cast, or at least the people that I know of, Christian Bale, Amy Adams, Steve Carell, Sam Rockwell, Allison Pill, Eddie Marson, Justin Kirk. I guess I know who that is. I only write down the people like I definitely know I've seen something else. Jesse Plemons, Bill Camp, Lily Rabe, Shea Wiggum, that dude's just in everything. Tyler Perry, Kaylee Spaney, like before she got pretty famous, I want to say, because she's pretty big now, but
I'm not even sure who that is.
I don't remember.
It's not the chick who played Liz Cheney. Who is that? It's a lady that every time I see her, I think she looks like one of the Wayans brothers playing in White Chicks.
Dude. I'm trying. Okay.
I can't remember her name.
Yeah. Dude, that's a great comparison, though. Naomi Watts is the only other. That was not who that is, though. And then Alfred Molina.
Oh, yeah.
Which was always great to see him.
Yep.
Oh, that was just one scene, right? He was just the waiter?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was just that one scene.
Yeah.
All right. So, I forgot to mention also, the cinematographer for this film, a legend. Honestly, one of the best cinematographers right now. This is kind of funny that because Josh will have a lot to say, because this is one of Josh's favorite cinematographers. Greg Fraser.
Okay.
You'll understand in a second. So he did Rogue One, 3 episodes of The Mandalorian, but this is the big thing. The Creator, The Batman, and Dune Part 1 and 2. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah. This dude is...
You said Creator.
The Creator.
Oh, the movie
That's the sci-fi.
Creator.
Yeah.
I was about to say,
No. Yeah.
You didn't create the Batman.
No. But dude. Yeah, just on Rogue One, The Creator, which is that sci-fi. Did you see that? It was...
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
With, was it Jonathan Washington?
Yes.
Denzel's son.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was, I think it was the same director that did Rogue One. I think it was a movie he did.
Gareth Edwards.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then the Batman and Doom Part 1 and Part 2.
It's insane. Like,
Dude.
I didn't even, I meant to click it because I was like, when I was looking up stuff, I was like, that name sounds familiar.
Mm-hmm.
And
he's one of the best. I don't know what he's working on right now because I think we talked about
Hopefully
this in a previous
Messiah.
pod.
I know that's not even started yet.
No, but I mean, probably. I hope he does that one. But I know we talked about the Batman sequel before, and that's just like in limbo. So,
well, I mean, like they're now
he was supposed to be the DP on that too. But who knows now?
who knows? And also you got like Robert Pattinson. They want him from in Messiah as well.
I would love for him to be a Messiah because I know the character that they.
Yeah,
I was like, that's perfect.
the assassin. Yep.
Yes. Yeah. If he has to not do the Batman right now to be in Doom Messiah, like that's fine. Like they can hold off on Batman. It's already been way too long.
At this
anyway.
point, I don't think Matt Reeves is going to finish it. There was so many like rumors they were just going to drop it at one point.
I saw that, but like, have they said anything more? Because I know Matt Reeves said something.
James Gunn came out and said he was like,
James Gunn
yes.
said something.
He said, yes, it's still a thing. It's not canceled. Matt Reeves is still the director. I don't know where all this is coming from.
Okay.
But it's probably going to be like 2037 until we get the Batman 2. And it'll probably be a Batman Beyond movie by then.
Hey, that's fine if they want to do that. It was, the crazy thing is like this movie was already supposed to be out, like the original date. I think it was supposed to be in 2025 or at least like coming out sometime this year.
God, I love that movie.
Me too.
I know it catches some hate, but it's just awesome.
Why does it catch some?
Like the Batman?
Yeah.
Like
who says
people, like people online, just like it's like,
well, that's
just
dude,
like,
that's
just like he's not a good Batman. He's not a good Bruce Wayne.
Oh, I disagree.
No, I think
I think he's great as both.
Yeah. Where's Ben Affleck? Like, what? Brother was in, whatever.
Wait, so people would rather see Ben Affleck as Batman than Robert Pattinson?
Yeah.
No.
Like all the Snyder people, man, like they're crazy.
They are.
They're crazy. And I mean, he does have probably one of the best fight scenes.
Oh, yeah.
In the warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
That's like one of the best Batman scenes.
Yeah.
And
still not a good movie though.
Oh no. You know what is a good movie?
What?
Dark Knight. You know who's in the Dark Knight?
Hot take.
Christian Bale.
Yeah, there you go.
And you know what character might be darker than Batman? Dick Cheney.
There you go. Perfect
Bringing
segue.
it back.
Yeah, perfect segue, Blake. Score is by another legend, Nicholas Britell. So this is the dude. Well, he did the last movie too, The Big Short. But this is the guy that created the. This is number one thing that I love about him is he did the theme for Succession, which is like one of the sickest themes.
I've heard it before. I've never watched that show though.
Okay. And he does all the music in that, but then he does all the music in Andor, which is
man,
yes,
there's
which we'll probably talk about that in the TV.
one of my
pod.
favorite songs.
Yeah,
there's like in the first season of Andor, wherever it starts with like the birds flying, and it's like this weird like synthy like.
What episode?
I can't remember.
You know, or like
it's whenever, it's before he goes to jail. He's like on the run. Before it's where they arrest him. He's like on some like resort island.
Yes.
And there's like this song right before. They actually call it back for the Mon Mothma dance scene.
Nice.
And there's like a remix of it. It's just
okay.
cool.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a cool track. So that's awesome. I didn't know that was the same guy.
Oh yeah.
Because I was like with the music, I was like, it's very diverse.
Yes.
And dynamic.
Dude, he's always
all
been
over the
that
place.
Because like even with Andor, with Star Wars, it's like he makes it his own. He did that with Succession. The music in that is great.
Yeah.
And especially with Star Wars, like it's hard to make it still feel like Star Wars, but then still be original. Because like I bet everyone's just going to be like, hey, why don't you just be John Williams? And it's like, no, I can't do that.
Yeah.
No one can be John Williams but John Williams. So
yep.
The other things, he does the final movie too. Don't Look Up, which we will get to. Let's see how that movie is, because I didn't like it. I've only seen it once, but
I mean, I'm not going to be on that one, but
no, I know.
I have a funny story about it.
Do you?
We watched it when it came out on Netflix.
Yep.
And
2021.
we watched it on New Year's Eve.
Okay.
Late. And whenever...
Did it release on New Year's?
I don't know.
Okay.
I remember we were stoked to watch it, and whenever the big explosion happens in the movie, I don't know if you've watched it already. It was midnight. It happened exactly. We didn't even plan it.
You synced it up just like you would if you with Lord of the Rings.
Yep. It was crazy. Just one of those things, man.
Or the drum intro to In the Air Tonight, if you sync it up right at midnight.
Huh.
I'm just talking, I'm talking about all the memes that are just like, if you start this movie, I don't know, the Lord of the Rings
Death
one is
Star
the best
blowing
one.
up, all of it. Yeah.
All right, so that's pretty much it for films that he's scored. All right, I think that's everything for setup. Now we're going to go into overall thoughts first. And have you seen this movie before?
Well, yeah, I already said I saw half of it on vacation. We turned it off because Paula wasn't digging it. She sat through the whole thing this time.
Okay.
But,
I want to hear what she thinks of it also, since she watched the whole thing with you too. But
well, she was on her phone the whole time, so that's usually an indicator that it's not that interesting for her. And the way I describe this movie, I think, and where it falls for me is I do find it interesting, but it's also a movie I don't think I'll ever watch again. There's no reason to. Like, it's just like, because it gets me all fired up politically.
Sure.
Which I don't need. I don't need that.
No one needs that right now.
And then it's boring.
Yeah.
But the performances are so good, and like, it is artistic, and the choices that are made keep it interesting enough that it is worth watching at some point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like not something I would say, don't watch it. I'd be like, give it a shot, but
I pretty much agree exactly with you. Like, I was pretty bored by this. It was okay. It's like, but yeah, if it was other actors, I don't even want to say that, because other actors, there's still so many other great actors, but it's like these specific actors elevated it for sure, just because they do in pretty much every movie they're in.
I mean, just using the choice, like the choice of making having Christian Bale play Dick Cheney, play this old guy. Yeah. That makes it interesting. Like, if you just had some older actor, like Gary Oldman, he could have did it. He did Churchill. So
yeah, he did.
Yeah, same kind of deal. I feel like he could have done that. He's a shapeshifter. Like, I still would have. I don't know if it would have been as interesting if you had an older actor.
Yeah, Gary Oldman though, that's kind of hard to say because he's just so good. Always, it's like,
hey, I can't say that. I don't even know who it would be.
I know, but I mean, yeah.
Say Jack Nicholson.
Nah, but he's awesome too. Like,
even that would be awesome too.
I know.
No, I don't know.
Some.
Half of it, what I'm saying is half of the interest of it is the prosthetic work.
Yes.
It's
crazy.
It's fun. It's fun to watch Steve Carell look old.
Dude, yeah. Everything they did to him especially was just like crazy. Yeah. But also, like we mentioned before, it is cool also to see how different they look, because they're spanning so much of their lives in this. It's like, so you see, even from the beginning in the 60s,
like 40 years, 40 or 50 years worth of time.
So it's like, you see a lot of different progressions and stages of life of these people, and just how different they look at different times.
Yep.
So I kind of agree. I don't really I definitely won't watch it again either.
No.
But there was times, and it definitely, the runtime too, it felt long, and I was like, okay, are we almost done yet or not?
At the end, it really starts to drag hard.
Yeah.
Especially like it's and the thing is you wait the whole movie to get to that point where he meets W and gets into the presidency part, but that's actually like the least interesting part of the whole thing to me.
Okay.
Like it's funny at the point where he like gets chosen, but like all the other stuff is more interesting because from the point of him actually becoming vice president and doing all that, it's literally just over and over the demonstrating how these conversations have such big impacts. And, you know, that is interesting and also very, you know, I don't know, effective, but it's also like incredibly boring to watch.
Yeah.
Have you described the unitary executive theory and like all the different, you know, stuff and yeah.
No, I agree.
You know, politics.
Yeah. But I mean,
they did it
seems, I mean, it's realistic too to what
they do, but
yeah. So in that aspect, it's good, but it's also like, how much do you do that as opposed to like, how much do you want it to be entertaining because it's a movie and not just like a documentary? You know what I mean? So it's like figuring out that line of.
So like the funny creative choices were good then for that, because like randomly going into a Shakespeare, like, or like having a false ending and talking.
Yes,
you know,
I have a note about that. Yeah, because it's,
you know, like
that. No, and Adam McKay is good at that because we just did The Big Short, and that is similar. I mean, I like that movie a lot more than this one, but it does a very similar thing.
Yeah.
To some of the moments in this. All right.
It's very tongue in cheek. It doesn't treat the viewer like an idiot, but
no.
Everything, the dialogue is very good and well written because it's conversational, but they're also effectively describing like what this thing that they're like, whatever policy or political event or whatever, they're narrating it at the same time while they're having a conversation.
Yeah.
So the script is fantastic. Very well written.
And that was one of the nominees, I want to say, right? I think. Yeah. Screenplay. Yep.
Yeah. They could have
And I mean, directing also, because that's obviously a big part of it too.
Yeah.
Not just the actors. And the Amy Adams, Sam Rockwell, and Christian Bale were the three nominated for performance. I mean, yeah, but wait, was he in there? No, Steve Carell was not in there, but shout out to him also. But he's great and everything. But it's like, this is such a different character for him to play too. It's interesting. Okay, my first note we kind of already talked about, but I'm just saying very well deserved for winning for hair and makeup, because it's like we already talked about. It's crazy what all they do with it. And then I also think kind of pretty intense to start, like, well, actually technically it starts in the 60s, but right after that, literally starting right off on 9/11.
Yeah.
Like that was done really well.
That was a choice.
Yeah, that was a choice.
And like, man, the stress, it was so stressful. Like all the stuff where they're getting into Guantanamo and all that. And that's very effective filmmaking because they wanted you to feel uncomfortable. Like this happened and it was because of this guy. Like, like, let's draw the line. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, it's just hard, you know, without getting into the weeds too much. But yeah, it was just hard to watch sometimes, you know.
For sure.
Yeah, for me.
Yeah. I mean, just, yeah. That aside, like 9/11 in itself is just like, that's intense and stuff. And then, you talk about Guantanamo Bay and plenty of other things.
Just torture and, you know.
Yes. Right. Oh yeah. Cause they even, there's a few scenes. Oh no, they do some scenes where you're actually there in Afghanistan? Yes. Okay. I was trying to remember when that was a little, yeah, that was a little later.
Yeah, they do
After
like
that.
they do the whole like dark, really up close, like fast cuts.
Yeah.
That make it just like intent, like the waterboarding.
Oh yeah.
And like when, for me, the one that really struck me was when they took the guy off the street. I forget who it was, but like they stripped him down in the van and they put him like like a diaper on him and stuff. And I was like, oh my God, like these little details are just like so.
Oh yeah.
Just makes you,
Yeah, it's intense, and that's another thing that Adam McKay and he does, but it's whoever obviously is the editor, and there's plenty of other people involved with it too. But you talked about the quick cuts thing, because he does it so much in, not as much in his previous films, but in The Big Short especially, he does that a lot. And yeah, obviously he does that again in this, and it's
like another one.
It's really effective.
Yeah, another one that wasn't like uncomfortable, like when they was talking about sharp as a knife or something. I can't remember, like the butterfly knife sequence, like just using like that kind of stuff, like intertwined, like cinematography is just
we'll when we get to
editing,
that we'll talk about that for sure, because again Greg Fraser, one of the best, at least right now. I mean, because Deakins is up there too, but I think he's pretty much retired. I don't know if he's doing any more films at this point. But my next point, because I don't have too many notes, is what you mentioned a little bit ago. Is I really like the closing credits, basically halfway through the film, and then they even do the closing where they're like the narration, and it literally looks like they're wrapping up the movie, and then credits, and then ends with the phone. Him getting the phone call is what they go directly to.
Yeah,
right after those credits. So I thought that was really great.
Yeah, it was like, it was just fun. Like you're just like, oh, we're just not going to do the part. That's the name of the whole movie. Yeah,
and also, that's a good point. Yeah,
like if someone was like, I don't know who Dick Cheney is, they would get him. You might get him.
And it's something, I don't know. Have you seen this done in another movie? Like, it's very unique to do like a fake out credits. Now, like I've seen where they do one at the end and then they're like, just kidding. And not like a post credit thing, but more like I don't remember what movie it was, but they did something that was near the end, acted like closing credits, but then it wasn't. And then there was like a decent amount afterwards of the movie. But this is literally like right in the middle of the film.
I mean, I probably have, but I can't think of an example. But like, the only other thing I can think of is like the movies that end 50 times, like Lord of the Rings and stuff. Dude. Like, it's just like, oh, is this it?
Return of the King especially.
Yep.
That's the one.
Yep.
But I wouldn't have it any other way.
Nope.
Still great.
Still great. All right.
I only got two other things, which are it's kind of more about the ending. So I don't know if you have anything else.
Not really.
No?
I mean,
okay. I love the ending scene with Dick Cheney breaks the fourth wall.
Yes.
At the interview. Oh no, it's in the middle of the interview, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he looks at us, and it was basically it's cool the way they do it, because it's like he's addressing America, but not in the context of the film. Like he's addressing America, but us in the moment.
Yep.
So I thought that was a really cool way of doing it.
He's like, in his message is, I was a monster so you could sleep at night.
Yeah.
Okay.
They also, because I don't think he says it in that monologue, but they make it a point to also be like, hey, this dude did a lot in the shadows. The basic. So I listened to a few things. Okay.
As I do on the ride over.
No, that's good.
They, I guess there's just there's a lot of books about Dick Cheney and stuff because he doesn't talk about himself, but based on research, like he basically ran the W administration.
Yeah.
And yeah, so he was basically president.
He was president. He was not
president.
He was not vice. Yeah.
No. So, I mean, it's just, I would say if there's one clear message, which I know we usually do themes and messaging, which I'm just going to say it's that power is often a very quiet thing. It can be very like, you don't need to be loud. Like they talk about these conversations that happen behind the closed doors and are just going to affect, millions of people. And that's, it just scares you when you, when it's put in front of you.
That just reminded me, because of the way you said that, like, such a good job with his voice, Christian Bale, the way he, like his dude,
just kind of,
very emotive though in the mouth. Like it's very like, but it's, I don't know. It's just, it's so good.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever actually heard him speak. I'd have to look something up.
I don't know, but I could tell, like, cause I don't know Dick Cheney's like demeanor in general that much, but like I could tell that this dude really like, this seems very true to,
I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
And then my last thing, if you don't have anything else, the post-credit thing was very weird.
Didn't watch it.
Okay.
Tell me all about it.
You don't need to. It's which, I mean, I guess because of 2018, it's like now everyone, and even now, like, wow, 7 years. Yeah. People are still doing it, but it's like since the Marvel movies, like even if you're not a Marvel film, like everyone's got to do a post-credit scene, which is annoying. But this one was, it's set up as like just a group of people in a circle, like just yelling about their opinions. And it's clearly one that's like really liberal and one that's really Republican. And it's like, dude, this is just like, I mean, even in 2018, but then it's just like, oh, this is just like to an insane degree higher, but it's like ending the film on this. And it's kind of like it was just like a reenactment of just like a thing of like, just that would be on social media or the internet, but it's like, it's just people in a room talking. It's like, doesn't have to do with the movie at all, which is just strange that he decided to put this scene in. But I mean, I understand the point because, like I said, like that literally is unfortunately how a lot of people are nowadays. And, but I guess he felt like he needed to end the film on that. I don't know. It was weird.
I'm mad.
Okay.
Because I thought you said it was going to be when it was going to be Dick Cheney getting his power core put in, just like Iron Man.
Dude, that would have been sick if that was the post-credit scene. and then like the Avengers theme is playing or something. Dude, that would be you're like, wow, we knew it was true all along. or he
it's him in
post-credit scene, he goes home and he like walks into like a closing door thing and you see him like power himself off and he's like, oh, he's a robot all along. That's what it made me think of.
And then
he plugs himself into recharge.
Or it's just him and Steve Rogers / Joe Biden, old Steve Rogers. But it's the fight from Civil War.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
And then Steve Rogers will still say something like, no, I don't think I will. Or whatever the line he says in the game.
I can do this all day.
That line too. Yeah. So anyway, I mean, you didn't really miss anything with the post-credit scene, but it was just very strange.
Yeah. I don't know why you'd put that in there. Just
I mean, honestly, I think it was just the point of him just showing like, hey, this is how we are now, and we should stop being this way.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I
stop
agree.
yelling at each other and just talk.
Yeah.
Just talk.
Yeah, and it's not like, obviously it's worse over the internet and social media.
Oh yeah.
But like, this is essentially, to my opinion, I don't know, people watching or listening, like, write a comment if you think otherwise, but just, I think it is just him wanting to do a scene of that. That's like, basically, this is where we're at.
Everyone lives in their own echo chambers, I think.
Yeah.
Is probably another big thing he's trying to get at. And
yeah.
you just kind of, when you're screaming at someone else, you might as well just scream at a wall.
Mm-hmm.
Because it accomplishes nothing.
Yes.
So.
That's a lot of the internet.
Yep.
And it's unfortunate because it's like, this came out in 2018, and like watching that post-credit scene, I'm like, yeah, this hasn't really gotten better. It's just gotten worse.
It's worse every year.
Yeah.
Every
Which
year,
sucks.
man. But
hopefully it'll get better one day. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's I think it has to get better first in person.
Oh yeah.
Before it gets better when you're hiding behind a screen, because people don't care about saying anything then. But if they can be civil in person, I think that's the first step, and then and then maybe you can eventually be civil online too.
Even in a polite age, if we had the internet in like Elizabethan or something times where everyone was polite in person, I think people would still talk crap on the internet. God, I don't think.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that would. Yeah. Except it would be way better English.
Oh, dude, it would sound so nice though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it would sound so eloquent. But it would still be. Yeah, it's just a nice way of insulting people. Essentially, is how it would be then.
Yep.
But the thing is that people wouldn't always, some people are not, I want to be very nice with this word. Some people are not as intelligent, I think, as some people used to be. And if you're talking to someone in that language, some of it might just fly over their head. They're like,
Yep. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Blake shouldn't talk now.
No, don't write a comment about that.
Yep, don't.
I'm not saying anyone here that listens or watches is stupid. It's just
he was saying that about me.
Yeah. I just think we should be more intelligent in general. But that's something we should all strive to be.
Self-improvement, it's important.
Yes, very important. Themes, no, not themes and messaging. We're going to go to cinematography next. So, the man, Greg Fraser.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a whole lot to say about this. I mean, it is beautiful. Yeah. Like all of his movies. But do you have anything specific about the cinematography?
I think I already kind of hit it with like a lot of like the quick cut stuff and like just like effectively making everything. Like I think the way it's shot definitely complements whatever tone is going on in the situation. I don't know, like the long tracking shots, like up steps into into whatever Congress. I don't know what. I remember seeing that and I was just like, okay, it looks good. I don't know. I'm not that's why Josh is here.
Yeah. He's the one that will, always gets more in depth into it.
Yeah. But I'm sure they used a camera and a lens for this.
Something. I think, speaking of that, I think I'm wondering if, no, I guess not, because not all the scenes look like this, but there were certain scenes, like you could really see the grain. So I'm like, was it film? Yeah. But it's like, I mean, they could have still done that with some scenes.
I thought it was a quality issue at first, and then I realized I think it was intentional.
No, it was intentional.
Some of the stuff, I think they were trying to get like an archival feeling, like, oh, we we pulled this out of the archives and you're watching it. Like this is some meeting, you know, that hasn't been seen, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if they actually,
I doubt
again, a lot of this stuff
didn't feel like film.
No, but I mean, a lot of this obviously you can do in post also, but obviously it's not the same effect. We talked about this with Robert Eggers with The Lighthouse specifically. Yeah, because you went into that with like with the type of film they use and all that, and like that you can really see a difference. Well, not only that was obviously there's a lot that went on with that because of the black and white and specifically how the black and white looked in that movie. But
yeah,
I don't know, but I do like I don't know. I'm a sucker for like the grainy looking movies. Doesn't have to be necessarily film, but just like that grainy look, I think looks cool. But I don't know. I also like when stuff looks really modern, like really, really clean too. So I like both.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
And I think when it's you get a good mix like this, you know, it just adds some little something else.
Yeah. And maybe they only did that with certain scenes to convey, like you kind of were saying, like a specific feel. Not only that, but like hey, like this, or maybe even if you're losing people, like Paula maybe in the movie, and you're like, hey, let's change this up a little bit to get people's attention. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, the shots from like 1963 where he was drinking, like you can tell like these warmer, a lot of warm colors make it seem like rustic and, you know, like we're in the South and this is kind of dirty feeling, you know, because it was kind of this whole situation, you know, he got his butt kicked, drunk, and then locked up, you know.
Yep.
But yeah, whenever I saw him like young, and not like young and also like big and stocky, like I don't think he didn't put all the weight on, but he had to at least
some for that. Yeah,
he didn't put, but like late in life, Jamie, not that, but like that scene where he stumbles out of the car, like he still has like some bulk on him, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this dude's ability to just drop and put weight on is, I can't believe he's alive. It's because
doing that for like one role is one thing, but doing that multiple times,
so many times,
that's got to take a toll on your body. It just in general, yeah. Because when was the Machinist, whatever that movie was?
That was like, was that 2009?
Yeah, it's pretty early on in his. Like he wasn't as well known then, but
it was somewhere.
Oh wait, no,
it was somewhere around Batman Begins.
Oh, so it was actually that would have been after. For some reason, I thought that was before he even did Batman at all, but maybe not.
I feel like it was an in-between movie because I remember
that's
like
crazy if he did it then.
There was a whole thing about him losing all that weight and then bulking back up for the sequel for like Dark Knight or something.
Dude, that's a perfect time to do it because he's like, that's like the whole world has eyes on him at that point because he's Batman. It's like doing some crazy artsy, well, not necessarily artsy, but just very different than the Batman and losing all this weight. And I need to watch the movie again. I haven't seen it.
I don't remember a lot from it.
Yeah.
Besides, he's real skinny.
Dude, he's,
that's the big thing everyone remembers.
Yep. All right. Score. I know you talked a little bit already about it, that you said you like the score.
I do.
Of this movie. Anything in particular or just?
No, I mean, just like it was effective. I mean, like it was just, it's all over the place. Like, like in terms of like, because they used, I don't know, it was almost sometimes like random choices of, they were intentional, but it felt random choices of music and like for those like little cuts, like there's like, remember, like, I don't know how to explain it. I just like how I like the diverse feeling. It wasn't just like the biopic droning, like, you know, orchestral. Like it was weird. The whole movie's weird. It feels weird on top of everything else.
He always does a good job of adding in. I mean, I don't think it's Yeah, probably to a lot of people it is weird, but like I don't think it's weird like score wise, but it is different and unique. And that's what I said I think last week about him in particular, Nicholas Britell, is he's so unique every show and movie that he's done. Because he's saying even with Star Wars, he makes it so unique. Still feels like Star Wars, but it is so different than like music wise than any other Star Wars movie, obviously. So yeah. In this it is very honestly, well, you haven't seen Succession, but it is kind of similar to the score of that also. But yeah, he's great. All right, themes of messaging, you already kind of said. Do you have anything else?
I can't say what I wrote.
Well, you already said something. You already said something about it.
It's not a theme or a message.
Okay.
No, I think this movie was really trying, it seemed like at the time was definitely trying to get people to realize like what happens in DC. And, you know, you see this a lot in different media.
Yep.
Just kind of like hey, they can do all of this, but you can do this, you know, and, you know, you just, to me, it was just, you know, yeah, just, it was that. It was just one of those movies about politics, and I hate politics, so.
I agree. I hate politics too. But I mean, I'm still glad I saw this movie just because it was also the only Adam McKay movie I hadn't seen before. So I was looking forward to watching this anyway, even though I already knew like somewhat what it was about, but it still is different than what I was thinking it was going to be about as a whole.
Yeah. Yeah, when it came out, it was on my radar just as, you know.
Because of the director or the cast and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was for me too. I don't know why I never watched it when it came out though.
And it's, you know, it is what I say. It's a dark comedy.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, to that point though, it is more serious than all of his other films.
Yeah.
But even more so than, because it was kind of like The Big Short right before this is like a good mix. Because that still had really serious moments, but still had a lot of comedy like all of his previous movies. And this kind of went even more into the serious tone. But yeah, obviously it still had some of those moments. It would be interesting to see him Adam McKay do a straight drama movie. Like no comedic elements at all. See how he would do.
I think
which maybe he wants to, because if it's, I mean,
it seems like he's going that way.
It does.
But like, how long has it been since that last movie?
Don't Look Up was 2021.
He's got to have something coming.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll look. Well, we could look now also, but I know we're going to look at the end and see what he's cooking now. Because I'm sure he's doing a few things. Oh, he definitely did. He directed an episode of Succession. He's not the main showrunner of that show, but he also directed a little bit of Winning Time, which other TV show that like he did recently. So he's done some TV stuff. But movie wise, I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, you kind of nailed it with themes of messaging. I don't really have anything else for that.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely a theme of what I was talking about earlier, where it's like working in silence and a lot of stuff that's being done behind the scenes. Not only obviously like in politics, a lot of the stuff the American people don't know about, and a lot of stuff, unfortunately, that maybe the American people should know about. I mean, that's a whole nother thing also, but specifically with him, like I was saying, they made a point of just like saying how much he did in the shadows, or just that a lot of people weren't aware of.
Yep. And that's how it always will be.
We can end the pod on just like sad political takes. No, we're gonna go to trivia. Let's see. I have no idea if there's gonna be anything good for trivia, but we'll see. While I'm looking this up, I'm gonna also see, because I need to know what Adam McKay is working on. Let's see.
All right. He is producing a lot.
Yeah, I see a lot under producing.
God.
Directing, he's got 5 up. Border Guards, Untitled Jeffrey Epstein, something HBO Max. That's upcoming.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Here it comes.
This is Kings of America is a TV miniseries about Walmart that actually looks interesting. It has Amy Adams.
Okay.
That'll be interesting. Bad Blood, I don't know what that is. And Average Height, Average Build. That's another movie that he's working on. So
okay.
A lot of these we don't really know much about yet, but he's got stuff. You're right though, a lot of producing though.
I mean, he's going to do the Jeffrey Epstein one, then, give him another 10 years and do Diddy,
Yeah. I guarantee someone's already working on that one.
Heard it's just called Greased Up.
Perfect name. All right. Trivia for Vice. All right. Christian Bale said that due to the improvisational, can't say that word, directing style of Adam McKay, he had to do more research for this film than any other film he's done. In order to ad-lib in character, Bale not only needed to have Dick Cheney's mannerisms and vernacular down, but he also had to know which policies, their instances, and abbreviations the vice president would be aware of in any given moment of his life. That's crazy. There's a lot of that too.
I don't know if he needed to know that.
No, but
he wanted
Christian
to.
Bale is he's like borderline method actor.
And as a Britishman.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm sure he
Britishman
wanted to learn a little bit too.
Yeah, but a
Britsman.
He's a Britsman. he's that kind of actor for sure. He's not Daniel Day-Lewis level, but he definitely
he's up there.
Yeah, he goes that way.
Oh yeah.
Christian Bale gained 45 pounds, shaved his head, bleached his eyebrows, and exercised to thicken his neck for his role as Cheney.
I know. That's the thing I noticed was his neck was huge.
It was.
I thought it was prosthetic.
That part? Apparently not. Bale said he achieved his hefty physique for the film by eating a lot of pies. There you go.
Nice.
Well, at least he had a good time doing it, I guess.
That's how I got my physique.
Eating pies?
Oh yeah, man. Pizza pies. Hey.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah. Did he mean pizza or?
I think. I
would just do pizza.
I would just eat all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Okay. You kind of talked about it, like the health conditions of Cheney. It says, as Cheney has had well-documented heart problems for most of his life, Christian Bale had to study heart attack prevention as part of his method. His tips ended up saving Adam McKay's life as he suffered a heart attack during post-production. What? Again, though, to your point, he didn't have to. You know what I mean? He didn't have to learn all this extra stuff for the role.
Heart attack prevent.
Yeah, right.
No, brother, you don't.
No.
Because wherever he is, there's going to be people there that know to give someone aspirin.
Yeah. Dude, we'll talk about it on the TV pod, but now I've watched all of The Pit. It's like, I didn't realize how much. You just throw a little aspirin at it.
Save it for that pod.
I do actually on that pod. I need to get your opinion on that. I asked you to watch it because Blake's a professional in the field, and I wanted to see his input on it, so we can talk about that also. All right. That's another thing about Adam McKay's mild heart attack That's just
everything you say about Christian Bale's preparation for this. I'm probably gonna be like, brother, you did not have to do that.
No, I don't think so.
Now the mannerisms and stuff, yeah, that's important.
Dude, he nailed it. The film correctly credits or blames Frank Luntz for coining the term death tax.
Oh.
Sam Rockwell's biggest physical concern was George W. Bush's lip-forward method of speaking. He requested prosthetics in the mouth region in addition to the entirely prosthetic nose he wore for the film. Dude, he had the look down though. That's what's important for the George W. And that's
the eyebrows, like that, and just that real dopey look.
Oh, dude,
you just gotta
always.
Yeah, it's the.
Yes. For the audio listeners, watch the video. Everyone that listens to this pod should also watch the video.
I say it wasn't a whole lot going on back then. Anyway.
We already established it was all Cheney.
It was all Cheney.
Here we go. Here's more quote unquote maybe method acting. It was revealed that Amy Adams stayed in character during filming, especially keeping her character's distinct voice. She would even have political debates with the director while maintaining the voice. Adams revealed that it was the first time she stayed in character throughout filming.
Man, I hate this.
Dude, I do
Every
too.
time I hear about it,
it's like y'all don't need to do that much.
I don't.
Dude, it's just like, this was so funny. And I know like I made you die laughing when I said this. When we went to see Loathe in Spearbox, and what were you saying? It was something like why they keep going back there? And I was like, come on. I was like, y'all ain't curing cancer. Y'all are just playing a song. Like, just come out here and play. Like you.
Yeah,
like, and you're right, because certain bands do that too.
The walking on and off a stage.
Certain bands do that too, and it's like y'all are doing too much.
The equivalent of an actor staying in character on set. Dude, the entire time.
Yes.
And then an extension, staying in character around their friends and family. Like you hear about. Yes. With like Jared Leto, whatever.
Oh, yep.
Like, yeah. So it's unnecessary.
I thought you were going to talk about me. I thought you were going to say Jared. I'm staying in character around friends and family. I have a certain character that I am around Blake and only Blake.
I don't know about that.
No, Blake's known me too long to know that. Yeah. Were we established? We were like 14?
Yeah, it's
something like that.
Probably longer.
It was around that. I don't know. It's been
we
a minute.
Were 15. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, not the total amount of years. Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say we're like at 20 at this point. Ish.
Yes. Over 20.
Ish. Yeah.
Yeah. I know, dude. Crazy.
My heart.
Yep.
My heart.
I don't know if there's anything else. It looks like it's a lot of people just doing too much to be method when they didn't need to be.
Well, let's continue. Let's give me something else. Sam Rockwell eating barbecue a lot or something, doing some cocaine.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Dang. Okay. Christian Bale, upon accepting his Golden Globe Award, he joked, "Thank you to Satan for giving him inspiration on how to play this role." Dang.
He said it.
That's crazy. At the Golden Globes. This is interesting. The cast filmed a musical sequence, but it was cut in editing after McKay decided to shift to a more serious tone. I would like to see the musical sequence, what they would have done with that.
Yeah. I think it would have fit right in because some of the weird stuff they did.
Yeah. He does that in his other films. I don't think it would be too, like, out of character.
It wouldn't have been no Joker Folie idea.
No, that's a whole thing in itself.
Mm-hmm. Give me one more. I want one more.
Yeah, I
want
don't know if there's any other good ones, honestly, though. The rest of these are not.
Yeah,
or whatever.
I think it's wild that Adam McKay had a heart attack during this one. Of all of them.
I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so final thoughts.
Watch it. And then don't watch it again.
Just watch it once.
Or don't watch it. I don't care. I have no strong opinion about this movie.
I don't either, but sure. Check it out. But yeah, I don't think it's one you want to throw on and just watch like every year.
No. If you're, I don't know, if you're going to watch something, just watch Star Wars again. Like, I don't know. Don't waste your time.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
I agree. Yeah. Go back to something that's
watch something you love.
Yeah. And go back to something that's not real life. You know, it's like that's part of movies and TV is escapism.
Yeah. Use this as an excuse to watch Heat again.
Yes. Great choice. I don't know when we're going to do it, but Michael Mann, I want to go through his filmography so bad because he's one of my favorites. And I know you'll want to be on probably a lot of those pods.
Well, I just named the one I want to be on. So,
I think a lot of people are going to be on.
Don't worry about that.
Blake's third chair though, so he gets first picks always.
Do I know?
Yeah, you do.
All right.
It's like you and Cece are like the. I think she's technically still done more pods than you, but you're about
get another mic up in here.
Yeah, we got 3 now. We need to get a 4th one, and then
get 5.
We'd be a little cramped though. That'd be kind of.
I'm talking round table.
We have to get a different setup.
A round table.
Just get like a long couch or something.
What we'll do is we'll film it like that 70s show when it goes in a circle. But Dude. You need a camera that spins.
Honestly, yeah.
That'd be. I can just imagine. It'd be dizzying.
I think that'd be awesome. A little too much work to do for just a podcast. Like it's a lot of work to be done, but it'll be fun. All right. I think that's it.
Yeah. I have nothing else to say about Vice.
Oh, next film is the final Adam McKay film. It is Don't Look Up, which is 2020. Yeah. Came out a few years later. It was a Netflix movie.
Yeah, it was a sequel to Do Look Down.
What is that one about?
Hell.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'll check that one out too, man. Double feature. All right. So we'll do that one next week, and then that'll be it for Adam McKay. We are still deciding the next director. So we'll say that, I guess, next pod. So
who knows?
Thank you first, Blake, thanks for coming back on the pod.
Absolutely.
He will also be, this will come out after the TV podcast.
I guess you can just start calling me the substitute.
Okay. Substitute. Josh will be back. He's busy. So he's traveling.
If you want me to replace Josh, go ahead and put it in the comments.
If we get enough votes, then
we'll vote him out.
That'd be so messed up in his own home, and we're like,
he won't listen to this anyway. Who cares?
Hey, we'll see. All right, so
I'm gonna start putting his Emmys in front of me.
Yeah, there's one. It's a little out of frame, but there's one right.
It's a big deal.
Right there.
Yeah, man.
1 of 6. I think it's 6 now. All right.
Big dog.
Yeah, so thanks, Blake, you'll be on the TV pod also.
Absolutely.
And thank you all for watching and or listening. Follow us on all the social medias at Screen Time Pod. If you want to say anything about this movie or anything else, if you want to let us know if Blake should replace Josh, you can email us feedback@screentimepod.com, or just leave a comment on this video, or you can also DM us. Blake, what is your Instagram?
You can't DM me.
That's fine. Still let the people know your Instagram. Or are you not on Instagram right now?
I'm not on right now.
No?
Yeah, I'm on break.
Okay.
But if you happen to find me, it's Walker_Texas_Stranger_.
Yes. You do, what was the last movie you did a review on Instagram?
Thunderbolts.
Oh, interesting. I don't know if I saw your review for that.
9 out of 10, baby.
No.
Yep.
I don't believe you.
It's a favorite. Yep. New Marvel favorite.
Josh talked about it on the pod too, and he loved it also. And I just don't believe that a Marvel movie is that good,
brother,
anymore.
Get with it. It's good. It's real good.
Okay. I will watch it.
Dude. It was,
the bar is very low right now.
And my bar, it was like,
oh yeah, because of Captain America
on the ground, and then
for Brave New World.
Yeah, and as I'm watching it, I'm just like, holy crap! There's like heart in this again.
There's substance.
There's
to
like
a Marvel movie
substance.
Again. Yeah,
it's funny again.
Yeah, but not like Marvel cringy humor.
No.
Okay.
Like it was good.
All right.
It was real good.
All right. So yeah, follow Blake, and you can follow me at Jared Jumbar on Instagram. And is that it? You want to sign off or say anything, or we just get out of here?
Nah, I'm good this time. I'm not gonna.
Okay, I don't have to beep anything this time. All right.
Yeah, politics.
Oh, come on. All right, we'll catch you guys next time.